What up? It's Sync. Today I'm here in Prez. I'm doing an ArchPaladin guide with you guys today. Now, ArchPaladin is the newest class that's coming out for AQW's birthday release. As you know, they usually release a class when their birthday comes around. It's temporary farmable and it's temporary buyable for like a whole year. And I believe the intervals of being able to be farmed and able to being bought with ACs is different. So I don't know if it's gonna go rare sooner when you farm it than ACs. I'm not too sure, guys, but let's just proceed on with the guide and say what this thing does. So this class is made by Pisces. This is a hybrid class with a mate-based mana regeneration model. As you see, the easiest way to tell that class is a hybrid, as the base stats of strength and intel are the same, as well as the base stats of endurance and dexterity are the same. Mana regeneration model increases your mana regeneration the more you do damage based on how high your health is. So more health, more mana regeneration. Let me show you guys the class armor. Now this is class armor. It's like everybody knows this armor. It's like I think when like a few years back, Dage revamped Paladin's armor. I mean Ardix's armor of the Paladin, and everybody actually wanted this armor. And now it's actually in game, and you can only get it from this class. So this is pretty cool concept, yeah. So let's proceed on to the skills. The skills are very basic, but they ramp up a little bit together and how they use them in ways as like a paladin. The first thing I think of paladin, I think of like very strong, reliable skills, but at a large cost of mana and cooldown. Kind of similar to the old paladin. His mana regeneration was not that great. His skills are very strong, but not that much cooldown either, and pretty high mana cost. So that's what the main thing you want to expect about this class, but it's very good in like long PvP soloing bosses, and it's overall just face tank consoling and supportive type class. So let's proceed on to the auto attack. Just simple auto attack only known to discipline fires, 2-second cooldown and physical skill. Range is close. Since it's a strong attack and known to discipline fires, it's going to do 110% weapon damage instead of 100% weapon damage. Nothing really more I have to explain about that skill. Let's proceed on to the first skill. Commandment. 10 mana, 6-second cooldown, physical weapon, and the range is close. Basically what this does is this does moderate amount of damage. It hits up to 3 people if you're really close to them. So let's see if I can bring everybody here. Here we go. And as you see the commandment right here, it hits them all. As it does, you attack using a weapon infused with power and light. Does moderate damage to close range enemies. This skill right here, it's a very strong debuffing skill that it doesn't debuff that hard at first, but it starts stacking out because this skill stacks to 100. It lowers the enemy's damage, dodge, crit damage, and hit chance by 2%, and it stacks to 100. So basically if you stack this to 100, as you notice, 200% of everything goes down. And I'm pretty sure you start, I think, healing target at the certain, like you just completely cleanse of all evil, and your damage should be putting out, that should be healing. If you let an ArchPaladin get that far around you and just debuff you that hard, that would definitely happen, just letting me make you guys know. So very strong damage. I would say the range could have been like medium, so this could be a better aggro skill. See, I can't hit that dude over there. So, I mean, very solid damage. Nothing really to brag about, but it's definitely reliable, as you see, and like 641 crit off of it. So let's proceed on to the next skill. And this heal is really strong. Next one is Hymn of Light. 40 mana, 10-second cooldown. A forgiving light incapacitates you in up to 5 hours, protecting and absolving you from evil. Basically, this is a really strong heal. This is like a 600% heal. It also increases your damage resistance and your endurance by 20% for 6 seconds. So endurance going to increase your HP, and damage resistance is going to increase your overall tankiness. As you see right here, 4.4k. That's not nerfed on any other people. Like that's the full 4.4k to everybody that's hit with it. At the cost of 40 mana, I think it's definitely worth the use of this skill, as you see. 1.5k, even so, if it doesn't crit, which is still a very high heal. Here we go. So the heal is very reliable, but it costs, like I said, very strong skills. Cooldowns are not that reliable, and the mana costs are really high. So from Paladin, so you gotta use this. It's a very situational, I would say. Very strong. You can't just spam this. You need this right in the brink of the moment that you need to use this if you're like fighting a boss or like use a special attack or something. Especially coming up to this next skill called Righteous Seal. 30 mana, 25-second cooldown, physical magical skill. This is called this is a very different type of skill, and it can be used in multiple situations. Uses a holy magic, you temporarily seal you and up to 3 of your opponent's power away. Deals moderate damage, but then reduces all damage you and your opponents would do by 90% for 10 seconds. Basically, you apply this on yourself and up to 3 people. Oh, I just missed it. When you apply it, 90% of your damage, you apply 90% damage reduction on you and 9% damage reduction on them. It's basically you sacrificing all your power and your ability to suppress the opponent with you. It's really good for souling, and it's really good to face tank for your allies, so they don't get destroyed. Let's see if I can get applied right here. Righteous Seal. There it is. As you see, it hits up to 3 people. Did not mean to hit that, but yeah, as you see. It does pretty good strong damage. I think it's 150, I believe, 150% worth of damage. I mean, it's there, like the damage is there, and also the damage applies before the ore applies. So you get the full damage before you nerf yourself and the enemy at the same time. So it's very reliable damage that you have. I would actually prefer this to be, Righteous Seal to be like a farther range skill, but it's not. But that's just me. Yeah. So commandment's short range, and let's see what Righteous Seal is. Okay, Righteous Seal is short range. So 2 short range skills. Not that big of a fan of the short range skills, but that's just me. That's my opinion. Let's go down to the rank 4 passives, yeah. Restitution. Reduces incoming damage by 20%. Basically, a permanent 20% damage reduction on you makes you more tanky and more a durable, stronger paladin. The next one is Overwhelming Light. Your heals are 20% more potent. So this is why that 660% heal is 20% stronger. It's because of your rank 4 passive. So thank you, rank 4 passive. It's definitely worth to get this above rank 4. Let's proceed on to the last skill, Sacred Magic Eden. 7/5 mana, 6-second cooldown, magical skill. This deals massive damage buffed by the stacks of commandment, capping out at 5 stacks. Consume stacks of commandment. You become exhausted and can't give stacks of commandment for 8 seconds. Basically what this is a nuke. It's a really big nuke. I'm going to show you guys how hard this thing hits without me stacking anything at all. 8.1k. It's absolutely crazy. At the cost of 75 mana and 60-second cooldown, I would say it's very situational to use this skill in certain things. Like in PvP, you're pretty much just going to one-shot your opponent. But if you don't, you have this drawback of the exhaustion preventing you from stacking commandment skills immediately. For how long? I believe it was 8 seconds. So pretty much a whole stack and a half, you won't be able to apply the commandment skills, which is very crucial to your kit. So it's a pretty decent downside to how strong this skill is. And the mana and cooldown also compensates for how the downside is going to be compared to like other Nyx classes in the game. So let me try stacking up here. Oh, I just missed commandment. Okay, how about we just run to the boss real quick, yeah? Let's see if I can, I'm not gonna do a select just yet. I just want to see how high I can get, I just want to see how high I can, nuke him, you know? It caps out at 5, so all you need is 5 stacks. That's 4. That's 5. Let's just do one more to be sure. One more. Let's bring him over here too. See how much damage out to do. Ah, 5k. Non-crit. As you see the little crystal like flower thing, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool animation. Props to Arklin. By the way, this class is not mine. This is Pisces class, aka Fish Boys. I'm just doing a review on it. I will do a review on the new classes coming out. So let's talk about the enhances real quick, because that's one thing I really forget to do sometimes. As for hybrids, you pretty much just go how you feel them. Magic is really good to rely on your skills and a little bit of luck for a little bit of crit. Or you can go physical damage and mainly source on your autos and be the reliable crit damage factor. Or you can go full luck and rely on just completely crit and completely RNG. Personally, I prefer the hybrid on class, maybe wizard on either. I would say hybrid on class, wizard on cape, and then rest luck. That's what I would do. They give you a mixture between crit and mixture between damage along your skills, since your skills are very reliable into your kit. Also, the wizard will help out your heals much more, much more. So let's do the solo, guys. I know this class can solo. It's a really strong soloing class. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so I am not gonna lie. That was a very long and boring solo. Probably the most boring solo I've ever done in my life. It was pretty bland. I would say this class is pretty bland in ways, but that's what you would probably expect from a paladin, you know? Like nothing really too complex. It's something very straightforward and very reliable in its skills, and that's what paladin gives you. Very strong damage, very strong heals and utility, but at the cost of high mana and high cooldown. That's what it means to be a paladin, to destroy all evil and destroy all things bad and protect the good. So overall, this class is very decent, and I would say a soloing DPS type frontline class. It's like definitely a leader. It definitely sits in the front, and it definitely so an ArchPaladin, you have your paladins, you have your ArchPaladins. So I would say this class is definitely something that stands out in terms of all the other good classes. Like stands out in front of all the others and leads them. I would say leads a really good word for it. Leads the other good classes to victory as they fight through battles. So overall, this class is pretty meh. It's pretty decent. I'm pretty sure people are gonna farm it because it's gonna be free, farmable. So I'm pretty sure people are just gonna head and grab it and just farm it for whatnot. But I wouldn't see this class being exactly like that great and people are using that much. But hey, it's a class. It's a new class. It's pretty decent, pretty solid. So that pretty much sums up this video. Like and subscribe. Share with all your friends. I'm Zink. Catch you guys later.